Claude should fetch the top 5 accounts for us. Here's the first account and then it goes second. Also look at the layout, how customized and how beautiful the layout is, right? Tell me if this account has any cases. It says it has total 7 cases, open 2 and closed 5. It is also fetching all the cases. Now here you see we have all the cases, we have the open cases as well. If I will say tell me more about the open cases, update the open case, it will do it for me. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Monica Ramchandani, the founder of SFDC Girl YouTube channel. Now, why we are here today? We are here to learn about Salesforce Headless 360. Now, we all now know and aware about Salesforce Headless 360, and it was announced in TDX this year. What does that actually means, right? Now, just think about the situation that you're a human rep on a call center, right? And now for every cases that a customer creates, like a case request, a service request, you have to log into Salesforce, and then you will check that case, you will take that case, work on that case, change the status and everything in Salesforce, right? Now, what if you get all the data in an application you already use? What if you get the data in Slack, which is the tool you're already using? Or what if you get it in Claude, for example, right? And Claude can get that Salesforce data for you, Claude can work on that case for you, Claude can update that case for you without you, the human rep, actually logging into Salesforce. Now today is all about that. We are going to learn how we can connect our MCP servers with Claude to have Claude work on the Salesforce record, but with all the security, with all the trust layer that we have from Salesforce coming into Claude for us. Now, without any further ado, let's dive straight into the video. But before that, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, a click on the subscribe button below will be awesome. Let's dive straight into the video. Okay, now this is the Salesforce org in which we are going to work with MCP servers and then connect it with Claude, right? Now, let me show you where you can see the MCP servers provided by Salesforce. In setup, you will have to go to MCP and then you go to MCP servers, and you can see the MCP servers here which you have created. Also the MCP servers that Salesforce has provided. Now these are the MCP servers. The status will be inactive. We'll have to activate it according to our requirements. This is a subject all data cloud queries, a subject mutations, metadata experts. There are a few MCP servers that Salesforce has provided to work on Salesforce records and metadata. Now this is the MCP server we are going to work with today, which is a subject all. Let me show you what it has. So when you open an MCP server, here are the detail. This is the server URL, and then you have tools. So these are the commands, these are the tools that we can use when we use this MCP server. For example, it has get related records, list recent as object, SQL query, find, get user info, get object schema, and few more, right? Now we are going to use this one. So let's just activate this one first. And we have activated it now. Now the first thing to connect it to Claude is to create an external app. We'll go to external client app manager, and there is no app created yet. Let's just create an app together. Let's name it Claude integration, and this remains the same. Then you come here and you enable OAuth. Now, after enabling it, I have the callback URL with me for Claude, which is this. I will add this URL in the description as well so that you can use the same. Now here we will have to choose two options. One is perform request at any time, and the second one is access Salesforce hosted MCP servers. It is here. These two settings you will have to select in scope. And then you come here. Now in security, you don't need these two. You will have to enable PKCE, and then you'll have to enable JSON Web Token, this one. And that is it. These are the steps you'll have to do. Okay, we need a contact email address. Let me add my email address. Everything else looks good. Let's try to create the external app. Now this is the external app that we have created. Okay, now this is done. We have OAuth policies, And we have the settings here in which we have selected these two scopes, and these two settings we have enabled, which is JWT and PKCE. Okay, now when you come in OAuth setting, you will see consumer key and secret. You will have to click on it. It will redirect you to the next page. Let me just check the verification code. Done. Then we go verify. Once you verify it, you will receive the key and secret. So this you need to keep. Let's just copy it. Let's say key is here, and then you go with secret. Okay, let's copy it and keep it here. We are going to be using it in Claude, so you'll have to keep it somewhere safe. Now let's just close this one. These are the two steps that needs to be done: create an external app and then get your consumer key and secret. Now let's go to Claude. Okay, now comes what do we have to do in Claude to connect it to Salesforce, right? Even if you're in your desktop application or on your browser as well, the steps remains the same. You go to settings and then you go to connectors. Okay, it says connectors have moved to customize, so we'll go to customize now. And here in this list, you will see all the connectors that you have created or Claude has given to your user. Or if you want to add a connector, you will go to this plus sign. Now, when you go to this plus sign, you click on add custom connector and this pop-up window comes, right? Now you add the name, which let's just add Salesforce Claude connector. And here comes the remote MCP server URL. Now this is very important, right? Now this is the link. I will also add it in the description box below. This link has been provided by Salesforce for all the details related to their MCP servers, the standard MCP servers that they have. Now for example, we are using this as subject all. If you scroll down, you will see that it has a server URL which says production URL and sandbox URL. So you'll have to keep in mind which org you're using. If your org is production URL, then you will use this. If it is a scratch org, you will use this URL, right? Now for my case, I'm using a production, so I'll use the production URL. Let's just go here and paste the URL, okay? Now let's go to advanced settings. It says auth client ID and client secret. Now paste the ID and the secret that we have here. That's why I told you to keep it at a safe place, because we are going to use it. Now I paste the key here and this is the secret. Just copy and add it here and then add your server. Okay, now your server is here. Let's just click on connect to see if it gets connected to our Salesforce org, and it will ask for login again. Yes, allow please. And here you have it, your Salesforce Claude connector. You see the disconnect button, that means it is connected. Now here you will see all the tools that we saw in Salesforce, and there are a few things to consider, okay? For each tool, it is asking, if we check this, that means always allow. That means this task can be done by Claude without any approval from the user, from us, right? If we say this, that means needs approval. If I add needs approval with create as object record, and if I say create a case for me, it will ask for approval. If I say yes, then only it will create a case. And now this one is to block Claude. Now, if I want Claude to help me fetch the data, but I don't want Claude to have any DML operation or create any record for me from Claude to Salesforce, I can click on block and then Claude will not be able to use this tool. Now, this is all where the trust and privacy layer comes, right? If you want to give access to Claude for this particular tool, then only you will give access. Otherwise, you can block the tool as well. And blocking the tool doesn't mean that you're blocking the complete MCP server from Claude, right? Now let's just say I am adding need approval for everything, right? Let's just check how Claude works here. You go to plus sign, you go to connectors, and you have your Salesforce Claude connector turned on. That means it will work. Let's just see, fetch top 5 accounts from my org. And let's see if Claude works. Let's open the accounts here so we know that which account Claude is fetching. let's say all accounts. These are all the accounts, and Claude should fetch the top 5 accounts for us. Here's the first account, and then it goes second. Also look at the layout, how customized and how beautiful the layout is, right? Perfect. It fetches the accounts for me and also says here's the top 5 account ranked by annual revenue. Okay, because we didn't tell Claude that what it should be ordered by. It ranked it by annual revenue. It says that United Oil and Gas Corp leads by a wide margin. This. Okay. Now it also asks us, would you like to drill into any of these accounts, such as related context, opportunity, or cases? Let's just check if this account has any case. Tell me if this account has any cases. Okay, and let's search. Okay, now because I said always allow, it is saying that Claude wants to use get related records from Salesforce. Okay, now I will click on always allow and it will be able to fetch the accounts. Let's just see, this is the account. Let's also verify if it has a case. Yes, it has several cases. Let's see if, okay, it says it has total 7 cases, open 2 and closed 5. It is also fetching all the cases. And here you can see we have all the cases, 7 cases, 2 are open, all the others are closed. So this is how the sales reps can actually use Claude itself, which they are using already, to fetch the context, to fetch the account, to fetch the open cases, and to work on those open cases, to get the details on that open cases, or if there are any follow-up tasks, if there are any follow-up meetings. The ideas are endless. It is for you to explore, but this is how Salesforce has made us Headless 360 to let us use Salesforce from anywhere we want, right? Now here you see we have all the cases, we have the open cases as well. If I will say tell me more about the open cases, update the open case, it will do it for me. Let's try doing something with this open case. Let's say what's the priority? Priority is low, right? Let's keep the priority to high now. Okay, let's go to Claude. Let's say update the case to priority high and add a comment that this is a high priority case. Let's see if Claude can do it. It is asking for permission, and I think it will be able to do it. Okay, it says it has been updated, priority high, comment added. Let's just check it. Let's refresh the case. Priority is changed to high, and where is the comment? Where is the comment? I cannot see the comment. Okay, here I can see in all the updates is the high priority case. Now this is how the sales reps, the human representative of a call center, the human representative of a support team can easily use Claude to work on their case, to update their case as they want to get details, to get summarization of the case without logging into Salesforce, without remembering the username and password of Salesforce, or without being restricted to Salesforce's UI. Okay everyone, that was it for this video. I hope you found this video useful. This is just an example of how Headless 360 is going to change how end users are using Salesforce, right? It has made it 360 so that we are not just restricted to Salesforce UI, we can use it in the tools we are already using it. For example, we are already using Claude. We can also use it in Slack. We can also use it in Teams. How easy it will be for the human representative, for our customers to use Salesforce, not by going in Salesforce UI, but using it in the tools you already use to communicate with your teams. That was it for today's video. I hope you found this useful. Tell me in the comment section what all videos you want to see, what are tutorials you want to see in the future. I'll see you super soon in the next video. Till then, bye-bye, take care and keep learning. And yeah, don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Bye.